because you need to know now.
This is Dayton's News and Talk, WHIO.
I believe it's about that time.
Turn the radio on, Wayne.
This is my friend, Todd.
He makes me laugh.
From Dayton, Ohio.
Oh, super!
What a crack, Todd.
Would you please just listen?
Really fun. And it's free.
Oh boy, this is great.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me now, 937-457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
And I'm getting really sick of guys named Todd. You know, yeah, it's just a goofy name, okay? Hi, what's your name? Todd. I'm Todd.
It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. On the show tonight, we got cars crashing into buildings. We got a jerk alert. We got another person going overboard on a cruise ship. Got a Florida man. And probably the weirdest story that you will hear today, maybe for the month, about a couple of wackos in Texas. It's rich. Also, we have a great moment in Evening Edge history about Dr. Creep. Can't get enough of Creep. So that's all coming up on the show tonight. And of course, it's Thanksgiving week. We've got 3 shows lined up: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then I'll be off for the holiday. So listen while you can. Listen while you can. Well, you've been hearing about this today on WHIO radio, and I'm talking about the name, image, and likeness vote. This is huge. This is huge for all the aspiring high school athletes out there who are looking to cash in big time. Ohio is only one of a couple states that didn't allow this. And we talked about this a few times on the show. You know, I have mixed emotions about this. On the one hand, you don't want to stop anybody from making any money that they could earn, right? If you're that good at whatever it is you do, whatever sport it might be in high school, and somebody wants to throw some money at you, okay. Fine. That's one point of view. The other point of view is, what are these kids going to do with all this money? Are they going to put it towards college? Are they going to help pay the bills at the house? Or are they just going to have giant parties every weekend? That's the question I'm wondering. And it all came to be because there was a lawsuit filed locally. Now, I will say this up front. I don't know anything about this player at Wayne High School. His name is Jameer Brown. If people are interested in paying for him to endorse something or use his name or likeness or whatever, he must be good. And I don't know. I have no idea. But his family filed a lawsuit against the Ohio High School Athletic Association back in October, saying, hey, look, Ohio doesn't allow this. There was a vote previously where all the schools that participate in the Ohio High School Athletic Association voted, and they said, no, we don't want our kids being able to make money from this NIL deal. So they sued. And then they decided, OSHA, I guess that's what OSHA, they said, all right, well, let's have another vote. So last week, all week long, participating high schools could vote. Now, the thing that I thought was interesting is that unlike before when it failed, this time it was overwhelmingly supported. Only, 447 schools voted in favor of it. Only 121 voted against it. That is a huge difference when you think about it. The thing that I also found interesting is that 247 schools abstained. Now, why is that? Were they afraid that if they cast a vote one way or another, in particular, I'm thinking no, they would vote no, Would there be a revolt from the parents and the players? Whatever sport it might be. Is that why they just said, we're just going to sit on our hands? Let's just see what happens. I don't want to put myself out there. So it passes. Now, the thing that, and I'm not sure when this starts. I don't know if it starts immediately or if there's a date where they say, okay, beginning, maybe January 1st, 2026. Maybe that would be it. I don't know. But maybe there'll be a start date. Then all of a sudden, the money is going to start flowing. The thing that I also found interesting in regards to this player from Wayne High School, and again, I'm just going by the story that's on WHIO.com. Channel 7 is covering this in their news. We've been talking about it. This family that sued, according to the lawsuit, this particular player missed out on an NIL deals that could range into six figures. 6 figures for a high school player? That is crazy. That is just crazy. And it says something about trading cards. Are there high school sports trading cards like Topps and Fleer and Donruss or any of those companies still even around? I have no idea. It's been a long time since I've collected baseball cards. But are there really, companies putting out high school sports cards? I can understand if some local car dealership or restaurant wants a young man or woman who's exceptional at their sport to maybe do an endorsement. But trading cards? How about video games? Could we have a version of Madden football with high schoolers? Now there's an idea that got my producer Ian's attention. Yeah, I don't know. And I don't know if people are going to be like, oh, well, if this 15-year-old kid or 16-year-old kid endorses this product or this restaurant or whatever it is, or this sports card, I'm definitely going to hop on board because, I'm concerned and think about what a 15-year-old has to say on the sport. You know what I mean? It just sounds weird to me. And does this go? I would assume this would go for all athletes or all activities, right? You can't exclude certain. What about the chess team? What about the chess team? That's a sport. In high school, it's considered a sport. Schools have chess teams. If you're on the chess team, I'm pretty sure you can get a letter, like a varsity letter. It's just like tennis. It's just like soccer. It's just like baseball, basketball, football, volleyball, lacrosse, field hockey. You just name it. So I'm just curious, what people think about this, if this is a good idea, because it blows my mind that this player from Wayne was missing out on a 6-figure NIL deal. But that's just nuts. That's crazy. That's a lot of money for a kid that's in high school. Now, I guess if he's going to use it for, education down the road, or, supporting his family, you don't know what sort of financial situation a lot of these players come from. Who knows? But it's a weird thing. I totally get college. Because colleges make so much money off of the games, in particular basketball and, of course, football. I don't know about any of the other sports. I don't know that schools are getting rich because of soccer games or tennis matches or whatever it might be. But they are making money off of basketball, and they are making money off of football, making big money. Look at our own Ohio State. How many millions of dollars do they make every year? So if you're not going to pay the players, then sure, give them a shot at something. But that's not happening in high school, really. I mean, there might be some schools that are making some decent money, but not most of them. Most of them are, probably barely making a profit. I mean, it doesn't cost much to get into a high school game. And a hot dog's $3 or $4? I mean, I don't know that they're making a bunch of money off of that. So I'd be curious to know what people think, especially if you've got a kid who's an athlete. Do you feel confident that he or she are gonna rise to the level of collegiate status or even professional? A lot of parents do, and a lot of parents have false expectations, because the vast majority are never going to play at that level. The vast majority are not. So I'm just curious what you think about that. 937-457-1290.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, there you go. I'm sure there's probably high school somewhere that have a bass fishing team. I don't know if they have them here in Ohio. They may. I don't know. How about choir? What about the kids in show choir? Maybe they can get an NIL deal. I'll tell you what, that Perry has some of the best jazz hands I've ever seen. We got to sign him up. Well, it's a talk show. Leslie, if you're listening, I see you up there. I was going to share your picture of your Christmas tree, but I couldn't remember the name of the pizza place that you worked at. And I wanted to give it credit, but I don't remember what it was. Can you remind me? Is it Donato's? I can't remember what it was. East of Chicago. Thank you, Clinton. Gotcha. Thank you. Oh, Leslie, you're the best. Marcia, you want pizza now because I just asked about that? That's funny. I had Milano's over the weekend. We got a cheesesteak pizza. Oh, boy, was it good.
2 area jails get grant money. We'll have the latest on that at 5:30 now. Back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Come on, back to the show.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Start the car.
Your crashed car. In local news, a spectacular car crash.
Car, house, car.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. We had another car into a building. Happened earlier today around 1:30. Marco's on Brant Pike in Huber Heights. Apparently, a customer had just picked up their order. When he went to back out of the parking spot, he got too close to the door, hit the gas, and, well, took out the front door. So that's number 108 for the year. 108 if you're keeping track. 937-457-1290. Let's talk to David in Germantown. Hey, David, how you doing?
I'm great, Todd. Love the show.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. So what's happening?
Well, this name, image, and likeness stuff for the high schoolers,
Yeah.
I'm thoroughly puzzled. I must admit I don't keep up with sports stuff, but how does that not violate amateur status?
Well, I don't know. It doesn't violate amateur status in college. So I guess it's different because they're not being played, or they're not being paid to play. They're being paid to endorse something, I guess, or have their image used. It's not the same.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I'm no lawyer, but that would be my guess.
Well, I'm an old fart, so, I grew up in the era where, I knew of high school kids that, played on, for example, the tennis team, and they were caught being paid by adults to give them tennis lessons.
Oh.
And that violated, at least back then, their amateur status.
Interesting.
So they were banned essentially for life from ever going on. If they would have went pro,
Yeah, that's interesting. I've never thought about that. Interesting. Thanks, David. I got to fly here. Charlie in Bellefontaine. What's up, Charlie?
Hi, Todd. Good topic.
Thank you.
When you think about, I guess you would call him child prodigy, LeBron James, for instance.
Yeah.
I I mean, when he was in high school, I always wanted to see him, but he was sold out, and he moved into the college arenas to play his games.
Yeah, well, I understand that, but he is like he's the outsider in all this because most players are not anything like him.
True.
And I understand that, he's special and all that, but it's just weird to me that there could be kids somewhere who are 15, 16 years old, who are they're adolescent, they're still trying to grow up, they're trying to figure out life, and they're making six figures.
I agree with you.
Putting their picture or their face on
at the very least be put in some type of
trust fund or
you're old enough to know what to do with it.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird to me, but maybe it's just jealousy, Charlie. I played soccer in high school and I never got a dime. Nobody.
I was not an athlete, but I do enjoy the high school, especially football. And congrats to the Indian Lake Lakers. They're moved down to the Final Four. They had a good victory Friday.
Awesome.
So,
awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Charlie. I got to fly here. Thanks, buddy.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Nobody wanted
It's
to
a
put my
radio
image
show.
on
It's
anything.
entertainment.
Fill it up, folks.
T-O-double-D.
Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO. Music Center on Friday, May 15th. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and RoseMusicCenter.com. Believe the hype and don't miss it. Now,
Ball is in the air and winter is coming. But if you keep forgetting to schedule a furnace yestification, we'll be sleeping in sweaters.
It's time for a furnace yestification.
Completed by CJS Scramble Approved Technician. Licensed and trained to inspect your system thoroughly. Call CJS Heating and Air today for fall furnace tune-ups and everything else your home needs.
Like plumbing and electrical.
He's Jim.
She's Val.
We're CJS Heating and Air.com.
We took a vow to commit to real rarity and create the unforgettable. Something familiar, something rare, something new, because your love is sincerely rare. James Free, the home of 923.
All right. Sorry, I was working on something for the next segment.
Anything unusual happens with breaking news, traffic, or weather during the hour, we'll stop what we're doing and break in because you need to know now. This is Dayton's News and Talk, WHIO.
Don't give me that politics, Jazz. It's not my racket.
People are tired of hearing nothing but doom and despair on the radio.
Everyone just relax, all right?
The problems of the world are not in my department.
Now, who'd like a cookie?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me at 457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream up on Facebook and YouTube. Real quickly, I just wanted to give a shout out to a group called Robin's Nest. They've been on the show before on a Wing It Wednesday. They are an animal rescue here in the Miami Valley, and they are holding a special online fundraiser auction. It starts this Sunday, 8 a.m., runs through next Saturday, December 6th at midnight. And Robin, who was on the show, says the animals would greatly appreciate you mentioning it for us. So there you go. You can get more on their website, robinsnestrescue.com. 937-457-1290. Ohio High School Athletic Association members passed the NIL deal. This is the name, image, and likeness. They had a vote all last week. It passed 447 against 121, and 247 schools wimped out and abstained. But I'd be curious what your thoughts are. High school athletes potentially making decent amount of money for, I guess, endorsements. It seems weird to me. I understand some people will think it's great. It's a very dicey gray area in my view. Hey, Jeff and Kettering, what's up?
Hey, Todd, how you doing?
I'm doing well. What's going on, my friend?
So I had first heard about this guy from Wayne, and I thought, Dayton, Ohio is never going to do that, And then a couple of weeks later, I heard that out of all the states, 44 states have already approved it.
Yeah. I mean, and we're behind the times here.
Yeah.
Everybody else is like, yeah, sure. Let them cash in. And I don't know. I don't think I kind of joked. It's not jealousy on my part. I played high school soccer. I was never going to get an endorsement or anything like that. I was never that good. But it is weird to me that when the kids are in high school and they should be focusing on academics, and oh, by the way, we also play sports, that bringing this much money into the picture, I think could be kind of destructive in many ways, especially if the money, and it sounds altruistic that, okay, these kids are going to make some money and help their family. You know, maybe they're in a situation where they need that extra money, but boy, that's a big burden to put on a 15-year-old kid or a 16-year-old kid.
Yeah, right.
You know, I think of child actors who went through that same thing, where they were making all the money and they were supporting their family, and it just caused all kinds of issues for many of them. So I don't know, but I guess if it were my kid and somebody said, "Hey, your kid is really good at this sport. We want to pay you $100,000 or pay him or her $100,000," you might be willing to take it.
Oh yeah, I would certainly let them do that if they thought it was the right thing to do, and then let them have it.
Right. All right. Well, I appreciate your call, Jeff. Have a good one. That line's open, 937-457-1290. So many times on this show, since I've started doing it back in 2018, I started doing the show on Sundays, and I did that for a couple of years. And then they moved me to Monday through Friday, and I've sort of moved my way up in the day. I started doing the show 7 to 9, and now I'm 5 to 7. But the point is, in all those times that I've been on the air, one of the topics that come up most often is none other than Dr. Creep. Now, Dr. Creep, for those who don't know, if you aren't from around here, you may not know. Dr. Creep was a horror host back in the 70s and 80s. And what is a horror host? Well, he would be on TV late on a Friday or Saturday night, and he'd host really goofy horror movies. Not great movies, B movies. Those are the kind of horror movies I like. But he would be on TV, and he'd have puppets on with him, and he'd do crazy antics, and you know, he'd do stuff outside of the studio. He'd go to children's events. He'd go to the telethon. He'd go to the haunted houses. He was in countless parades. He drove around town in a hearse, the whole deal. And he was a huge part of my childhood because I loved local media, and I loved local television, as I do now. That's why I went into it. One of the big reasons I went into it was because of that kind of inspiration and influence that people like Dr. Creep had on me. So from time to time when it comes up, I've had a number of people say, "Hey, man, Dayton really needs something like that again." And, you know, I thought about this a lot. And, I'll tell you what, let me play a couple of calls just to kind of set the stage, if you will. It's one thing for me to say it, but it's another for the callers. This is part of our great moments in Evening Edge history. Great moments in Evening Edge history.
So when I was a kid, I grew up in New Carlisle, and when I was a kid, we would go to the Carl Casper Auto Show back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
And Dr. Creep, his Creep-mobile would be there, the hearse. It was just, we loved it. But so one time as kids, we were kind of riding around the neighborhood there on our bikes, and we came around the corner, and there was the Creep-mobile right there, just in a residential neighborhood in New Carlisle.
Yep.
And we came around to the back of it, and there was Barry. There was Dr. Creep. And he was so great, man. He sat and talked to us for the longest time. He was doing an appearance at a little just somebody's party there in town. And I'll never forget this as long as I live, how nice he was and how he took his time and talked to us. He was just a super individual.
Yeah.
Of course, I love the show too.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a comment about everything that you've talked about. I went to Clubhouse 22 as a kid. That was great.
Yeah.
But Dr. Creep as a kid, and he acted like he was biting my mom on the neck, scared me to death.
He bit your mom.
Oh, it was terrible. I was terrified. It was terrible. But as I got older, hey, Saturday afternoons and Dr. Creep was the best.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
That was, forever ago. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I enjoyed hearing about all that. You have me smiling. So I want to thank you.
Great moments in Evening Edge history. So one of the things that I'd been thinking about for a long time was, well, how do we bring something like that back? How do we bring back that sort of weird, quirky character on television here locally? There aren't a lot of outlets for that. Local stations don't really do stuff like that anymore. It used to be pretty commonplace. I mean, there were characters in Cincinnati, there were characters in Dayton, and there were characters in Columbus, and they were all over the place, Now there's only a handful that are actually on TV. One is Sven Gulli. He's on MeTV. He's on nationally. He's on everywhere. But most of the horror hosts that exist today exist on like YouTube. And while that's fine, they're having fun, they're doing their thing, it still is somewhat of a limited audience, right? So I got together with some friends and we started thinking, well, what could we do that would maybe, create a buzz, have a little fun, try to rekindle that kind of nostalgic feel of television back in the 70s and the 80s and even prior to that. So we've come up with something. I've sort of mentioned it on the show a little bit, and I will just tell you that that this particular project is going to be debuting this Saturday night on MeTV during the Svengoolie show. Now, Svengoolie is on Saturday nights at 8 o'clock. He's a horror host. He shows the goofy movies like Dr. Creep did. And he's on MeTV. So we've put something together that we hope will kind of take off and grow. So I'm asking all the edge heads out there to give it a watch. If you got MeTV, it's going to be on Saturday, again, 8 o'clock. You'll see it. You'll know it when you see it. All right. And that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. But I'd like to get your honest feedback. This is our first shot. I'm putting myself out there. It may be great. It may be lame, or it may be exactly what we need. Who knows? But I'm hoping that you will watch MeTV this Saturday at 8 o'clock and be watching for none other than Dayton's Dr. Boogie.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up, folks.
Double D.
H.
Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown. Seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
Yep, Bob Shreve. We had a lot of those. I think I saw a story somewhere where Ohio has had more horror hosts than any other state in the country. Thank you, Kelly. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Oh, Clinton, nobody took it to heart. And we can continue to make fun of him, okay? Just so you know. It's all part of the fun. The edgeheads will be in the know. No one else will. Oh, I know, Heather. I know. But you'd be surprised. There were people who didn't. I got emails about it. Ulrich, it's just local. It's just local. It's not going to be network. I mean, who knows? Maybe one day. But Svenguli's got a pretty tight grip on that, so I don't know that he's going anywhere. And if he does, he's got a crew that are going to step in and step up. I'm just interested in trying to do something locally. Yeah. And I was really, really astonished at that, Heather. I thought, how could they, what? But it's been 2 years in the making. I pitched the idea the very first time 2 years ago in October to our vice president and general manager here, and he loved the idea, but it's just taken that long to kind of put it all together, at least to get it to the point where it can go on TV. Oh, yes. Enjoy your family dinner. I don't know, Heather. It could be either.
From the McAfee Heating, Air, and Plumbing Studios, breathe easy. Choose McAfee.
Call today or visit mcair.com.
WHIO-FM, Pleasant Hill. WHIO, Dayton, Ohio.
The birthplace of aviation.
car fire mystery in Dayton. We'll have that for you at 6. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
All right, we got to get back to the show.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. A number of years ago, I was living in an apartment in Beaver Creek, and I remember one night lying in bed by myself and hearing noises coming from the attic. And this went on for a number of days, and finally I called the landlord. Turns out I had a family of raccoon living up there, and they had to trap them, put some of those traps that'll keep them alive, right? It's not a snare or anything like that, and they took them out of the attic, and I remember as they were walking through my apartment, I was there. Those raccoons were not happy. They were not happy. I bring this up because I saw a story from Georgetown, Texas. There is a wildlife rehabilitation center there called All Things Wild. And the story is kind of interesting. They were out doing some work, and they noticed an unusual looking creature was coming up to the rehabilitation center looking for scraps of food. And this went on for several days, caught on video. They saw it with their own eyes. Turns out it was a skunk. But the reason they didn't recognize it is that this particular skunk had a really bad case of mange. And it was in really bad shape. It wasn't recognizable. So the story is that they figured out, it's like, okay, well, this skunk needs help. It's a wild skunk. We need to help it. So how do you do that? And I've always wondered that, because if you have issues with possum or raccoons or whatever, you can trap those pretty easily. Maybe not easily, but you can just trap them and take them in the big cage and take them wherever you want to go. But see, skunks have that other line of defense. And you can't just do that. But in this story, they seem to have done that. They were able to catch him. They were able to treat him. They shaved off all of his hair because it was all mangy. And they're medicating him and bringing him back to health. He's going to spend the winter there until he can grow back all of his hair, and then they're going to release him. Now, I know we have a lot of wildlife people in this area, folks that go out and trap them and catch them. I'd be curious if we could get somebody to call in who can tell me exactly how you go about trapping a skunk and not getting sprayed. How do you do that? See, in my mind, I would be like, okay, I guess if you've got one, fussing around your house, you bring somebody out. Maybe they could tranquilize them, knock them out, and then take them to wherever they need to go. That would make sense, but I don't think that's what happened here. Doesn't say that they did that. So how do you trap a skunk or catch a skunk? It's easy to trap them, but what do you do after you catch them? Because I would think the second you walk up to the cage to encounter it, you're going to get sprayed.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Spell it out, folks.
T-O-double-D.
H-O-double-L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
on WHIO.
I'm glad, Kelly. I'm glad. Nothing, Ulrich. Nothing. Kelly, I just sent you a message with a link so you can show Liam.
News in less than 15 minutes and immediately when it breaks. I'm Ron Otto, 1290 at 95.7 WHIO. Dayton's news and talk depend on it.
If anything unusual happens with breaking news, traffic, or weather during the hour, we'll stop what we're doing and break in because you need to know now. This is Dayton's News and Talk, WHIO.
It's time for something different.
There's been enough thinking.
Don't bring up politics. Don't bring up religion.
Don't be so serious about everything.
This aggression will not stand, man.
Let's just chill, huh? Let's have some fun.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me now, 937-457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Funny guys are dangerous. They'll make you laugh and laugh and laugh. And then boom, you're naked.
It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. And my question was not rhetorical. How do you catch and trap a skunk and remove it without getting sprayed? I have a story about a wildlife sanctuary or rehabilitation center that had a mangy skunk start showing up looking for scraps, and they finally said, well, we got to help this skunk. So according to the story, they set a humane trap. They brought him inside, they cleaned him up, shaved his hair because he was all mangy, and now he's in recovery and he's going to stay there for the winter. It didn't say that they put the put the skunk to sleep or anything so they could move it, because in my head, I mean, I grew up being afraid of skunks like everybody else. You know, if I'm outside with the dogs, Lily and Luna, and I catch that little black and white striped thing out of the corner of my eye, we bolt for the door. I don't even want to be within 100 feet of them. I don't know how far their spray travels. They could have like a, super soaker thing happening. I don't know. But I'd be curious to know how you capture one of those without getting sprayed. It's a serious question. I mean, I'm not having skunk issues at the house or anything, but that story just kind of intrigued me. There's got to be somebody out there who does this for a living. There's these pest control folks that and wild animal control that go out, and you got raccoons in your attic, you got skunks in your garage, all of that. Somebody's got to know how to do it. 937-457-1290. All right, this story, this is going to be the weirdest story you hear today, and possibly even the month.
That's some weird news of the world.
That is bizarre.
The weirdest thing I've heard today.
Where do you get this stuff?
I found a sensational story, like weird news. I thought I heard it all till now.
All right, so this story comes from Plano, Texas. Now, let me just say up front that the motivation for these two whack jobs, very grotesque. Apparently, these two guys had mutual rape fantasies, which is just disgusting. I'm putting that out there, right there at the beginning. So already know that these two guys are just messed up in the head. But what they're accused of doing and the lengths that they went to is just mind-boggling. It's not funny, but it's a little, I wouldn't say amusing, but just perplexing. I guess that's the best way to describe it. Plano, Texas. 2 North Texas men have been indicted for an alleged scheme, you ready for this? To sail to a foreign island, murder all the men, and enslave the women and children. The men planned and trained for nearly a year in an elaborate attempt to fulfill these rape fantasies. The two guys, 21-year-old Gavin Rivers Weisenberg and Tanner Christopher Thomas, who's 20, of Argyle, have been indicted by a grand jury on multiple counts. So here was their plan. These two guys, 20 and a 21-year-old, their idea was to buy a boat, sail it to, I guess it's pronounced Ganavi Island, which is an island part of the Haiti chain, part of the Haiti island chain. Sail a boat there, have a coup, kill every man on the island, and take it by force and enslave the women and children. This was their legitimate plan. The island has a population of 87,000. So these two guys were awfully ambitious. The indictment says that from July 2024 to May of this year, the suspects took Haitian Creole classes to prepare for the coup. So they were learning to speak Haitian Creole. I'm sure yeah. It's not cooking classes. It's language classes. So these two started taking a language class so they could speak to the Haitians that they were going to invade and enslave. Weisenberg, let's see, he's the 21-year-old. He's the older one. Enrolled at the North Texas Fire Academy in Rockwall, Texas, allegedly an effort to gain training and useful skills for their plot. The other whack job enlisted in the U.S. Air Force. The document in the court hearing says that he intended to use his military training for the planned overthrow of the island. This is real, folks. I know this sounds like a crazy movie plot, but this is real. Weisenberg failed out of the fire training. Then he bought tickets to Thailand to enroll in a sailing course to prepare for getting to Ganave Island. However, once he got to Thailand, he never enrolled in the class because it just cost too much. Meanwhile, his deranged partner, Thomas, last name of Thomas, managed to change his Air Force assignment from a base in Germany, where he was stationed, to Maryland. And while there, these two guys continued planning their coup of this island in Haiti and attempted to recruit homeless people from the Washington, D.C. area as well as online to join their coup. Oh, man. They were finally busted and arrested earlier this year after Weisenberg and Thomas were accused of coercing a minor to engage in sex acts on camera last year. So these guys are big-time creepers. And they were finally caught and arrested, and now they face up to life in prison. But can you imagine having the conversation with a buddy? Saying, hey, you know what? As demented as we are, we think this might be a good idea. Let's invade this island off of Haiti that's got 87,000 people in it. You and I will go over there in a boat. Yeah, I know we don't know how to sail a boat, but we'll learn. We'll get there, and then we'll kill all the men. I mean, how hard can that be? There's only 87,000. If you figure 40% are male, that's easy. And then we're going to enslave all the women and children. Now, first, we got to learn to speak the language. So let's take some online classes and learn. And but you know what? We might need some help. Who could we get to help with our coup? Oh, Washington, D.C. has a lot of homeless people. Let's go there. Maybe they'll help. This was an actual conversation that these two guys had. Isn't that just perplexing and weird? Who would even think that? Oh my gosh. Down in the heart of Texas. Let's see, we got Carol in Pickaway. Carol.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on, Carol?
Nothing much.
Have you ever thought of invading an island and causing a coup?
No, not lately.
No, good. I'm glad. So what's going on, Carol?
Well, did you want to know how to take a skunk out of a live trap?
Well, yeah. I mean, how do you do that without getting sprayed? Unless you're going to tranquilize it. How do you do that?
Well, it's better if you have two people.
Okay.
But you have to have a big plastic tablecloth.
Okay.
And you keep that in between you and whoever's going to open up the trap.
Okay.
And be very quiet. Don't make any noise.
Right.
And then they open the trap, and you're holding the plastic tablecloth.
Okay.
And you open that, the door.
Yeah.
And just let it come out on its own, and it will.
Huh. Have you done this before?
Absolutely.
Really? And you've never been sprayed?
Yeah. No, you didn't spray at all.
Wow. Well,
now, you might know how I knew this. I looked up on the internet.
Oh.
Because it happened to us. We thought, how are we going to get it out of the trap?
So the internet told you how to do it. All right.
Exactly.
Well, I guess that makes sense.
When in doubt, just Google it.
That's right, Carol. I love that.
But it did, and it worked.
It worked.
But you have to be quiet. You can't make any noise.
Yeah. See, I would get sprayed. I couldn't handle that. I couldn't do it.
It does work, and that's how you do it. And we did it.
All right, Carol. Thanks for your call. I appreciate it. Yeah. Real quickly, Jim and Botkins. Hey, Jim.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing well. What's shaking?
Just a couple words here. To start with, my daughter is an incorrigible animal lover.
Okay.
And I don't know if this is the entire state of Ohio, but I know it is in Troy where she lives, because she had a raccoon in her attic, and she called one of those companies to come get it out, catch it, and get it out. And she learned from them, and she was very upset that after they catch it, they don't take it and release it; they kill it.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I just the whole, and I understand that, and the whole thing though is just the idea that you could catch a skunk and not get sprayed. It just, I don't know, that sounds a bit challenging to me. Yeah,
I think it's pretty bad that they kill them though.
No, I got you, Jim. Thanks for your call. I appreciate it. No, I understand. I get that. I get it. 937-457-1290. If you got a comment on that. And we got mail call coming up.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up. T-O.
Double D.
H. Oh. Double L. S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown. Seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
Dun, 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 dun. Ooh. I just pitched the story. I want to say what they got arrested on was actually it was child porn because they coerced a minor to have sex on camera. So that's what they got arrested on. I don't know that the story stated any other charges. Maybe those are to come. I know the investigation is ongoing. Or maybe it's not illegal to plan a coup of another country. Maybe it's not a crime until you commit the coup or try to. I don't know. Let's see if I can find it real quick. If convicted of the federal conspiracy to commit murder in a foreign country, the two face up to life in federal prison. Well, maybe that's what it was. It was a conspiracy to commit murder. I mean, I know that it's not like a funny story, like a ha-ha story, but is it that it's just this whole notion that these two guys were like, hey, it'd be crazy. Do you think we could pull that off? Do you think we could take a boat to this island of 87,000 people, kill half the population who are men, overpower them with our army of homeless people from Washington, D.C., and we will turn the women and children into sex slaves? I mean, I get if you're all drinking and you go, hey, it'd be crazy if we did. But then it just kept going. It kept going. And they were actually planning this. They thought we could make this happen. This could work. Oh, man. People are nuts. People are nuts. Yeah. It does sound like a movie plot, right? Like a comedy with Adam Sandler and David Spade.
A new Wawa will be open for business soon, while the latest at 6:30. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 at 95.7 WHIO.
Back to the show, everybody.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Knock off the jaw jack, and it's time for mail call.
Master, I have mail for you.
The Fat Man.
Oh, I'm a big fan of yours.
The mail is here.
Your hate mailbox is full.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. We got some mail. If you want to email me, it's eveningedgetodd@gmail.com. Hey, Todd, I love your show, and I know you're always looking to promote it. Yep. And I may have stumbled upon a crazy idea for you. I work in marketing, and I think this really could get you some attention, but there is one catch. You have to change your middle name. I assume you have a middle name. Yes, it's Allen. I saw a story over the weekend where it said a few years ago, Macaulay Culkin asked fans to choose a new middle name for him. For some reason, he wanted to change it from Carson. He got a lot of weird suggestions, and voters picked. This doesn't sound very creative. Macaulay, Culkin. I think it would be a bold move to change your middle name to Cheez-It. I think if you were to change your name to Cheez-It, you'd go viral everywhere. Just an idea. Keep up what you're doing. We need it. Brandon in Centerville. Well, thank you. Yeah, I went and looked at this story, and apparently he did do this back in like 2018. He asked his fans, I want a new nickname or a new middle name. So they came up with that. I don't know that you can legally change your name to like a brand. Can you do that? I don't know. Todd Cheez-It Hollst? Legally change it? I mean, that would certainly make the news, I think. But I'm not going to change my name to Cheez-It.
What am I listening to now? What is this? The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Spell it out, punk.
T-O-double-D.
H-O-double-L. S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
I will say that I do get a lot of people saying, hey, you're the Cheez-It guy, aren't you? I'm like, yeah, I am. I'm the Cheez-It guy. Hey, Katie, Todd Kent Voss Holst. Oh, that's funny.
Unusual happens with breaking news, traffic, or weather during the hour. We'll stop what we're doing and break in because you need to know now. This is Dayton's News and Talk, WHIO.
Be of good cheer and call me.
Call me now. Call me.
He's laughing at us right on the radio.
Least we could do is get him on the radio and talk to him.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me at 457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. So I just saw this story on WHIO.com. Apparently, the Dayton Bomb Squad, they are out and about in the community tonight. They're in, they responded just before 5 o'clock to the 5,000 block of West 3rd. Apparently, somebody found a bomb. Yeah. Dayton Bomb Squad was called after a bomb was reportedly found in Montgomery County neighborhood. Dispatch added that the incident is possibly related to an arson call in the area over the weekend. No other details are available, but we've got people there. So hopefully we'll know something more. They'll probably have something tonight at 11 on News Center 7. Need to give a big shout out to Edgehead Leanna. She was listening, heard us talking about trapping a skunk. How do you trap a skunk without getting sprayed? Well, she found online a spray-proof skunk trap. For $70, you can get this trap. Skunks readily enter the spray-proof skunk trap, and when captured, they cannot raise their tail, arch their back, or see outside. They can easily be transported live. The trap is totally enclosed. Inside measures 6 inches in diameter, 24 inches long. The front door is solid steel. Whether it be a captured skunk, a squirrel, a feral cat, or a possum, it's completely out of sight. Your catch is not visible to people, roaming dogs, etc., etc., etc. So there you go. That's how you do it. I bet that's how they did it down at that wildlife place in Texas. I just wondered. I know it seems like it's not a big deal. The question of how do you catch a skunk without getting sprayed? But I've always kind of wondered that. People catch, raccoons in their attic and squirrels in their garage and possums in their sheds and all that. How do you do that with a skunk? This is how. 937-457-1290 is the number. You ever watch that Storage Wars? I don't know if it's still, if they're still making new episodes of Storage Wars, but this is the deal where people go to storage facilities and they bid on these storage spaces that people have either forgotten about or they moved away or they stopped paying their bill. And after a period of time, they just forfeit whatever's in there. Whatever property is in there, you've lost it. And these people will these bidders will go to these particular auctions, and they just get a glance of what's inside. They can't go through it. They can't really dig in to see if there's anything valuable. You just kind of get a peek, and you go, "Ooh, is that a gun case?" Or "Ooh, is that a safe?" That kind of thing. And then they bid, and whoever gets the highest bid, they get all the junk that's in there. Now, sometimes, and there's videos all over the place on this on social media. Sometimes you strike gold, right? You find something really valuable. Sometimes it's just a bunch of, boxes of VHS tapes that you're not going to do anything with, or old clothes, or just junk. I bring it up because there's a story I saw. There was one of these auctions at a storage facility in Highlands Ranch, Colorado. So back on November 11th, there were people there. They were doing their thing. They auctioned this particular space and all the stuff inside. Some guy won, and he's going through. He's going through all this junk. And what does he find? Well, he didn't find anything of great value, but he did find 1.7 million counterfeit fentanyl pills.
Somebody had 1.7 counterfeit fentanyl pills in storage in this particular facility. They also found 12 kilograms of fentanyl powder, which could potentially yield up to an additional 6 million pills. Now, fortunately, this guy did the right thing, and he called the cops, and the cops called the DEA, and they showed up and they took care of it. But holy cow, you don't know what you're going to find when you're searching through one of those storage facilities. I do find it interesting. I think it's kind of neat to watch that those videos, and they're going through and opening everything up. And what's it going to be? Is it going to be something good? Is it going to be junk? It's a bit like gambling. You know, there's an antique place in Lebanon that my wife and I go to from time to time, and they've got one particular booth, and all it is are brown boxes. They're brown boxes. You don't know what's inside the brown box, but there's something in the brown box, and they have different prices on them. Like $10, $20, $50, $100. That's what you pay. And they guarantee you that whatever's in the box is worth what you've spent. But it's a gamble. You don't know what you're going to get. And I think it sounds fun. It really does. The mystery box or the mystery bag, what's inside? But I'm not a gambler. And I feel like I'd lose everything. And that could be very addictive, I think. Let's try to get something good. We got a Florida man story.
Oh, Florida man shines with every single crime, stupefying and delicious. Some might even think fictitious. Florida man is always ambitious.
Well, I had a number of edgeheads send me this story, so thank you. I appreciate that. A Polk County, Florida man was arrested last week. I think this may have happened on Thursday. You know, last week in Florida, there was a period of a few days where it was very, very cold. They even had what are the little things that run around in the trees, Ian? What are those little critters called? The little lizards in Florida? What are those called?
Newts?
No, I don't know. Maybe just little lizards. You know what I'm talking about. The little ones that climb all over the salamanders. Is that it?
They could be. I don't know. I'm not much of an expert on reptilians.
Well, when it gets cold in Florida, really cold, like close to freezing, they issue falling lizard warnings or something of that nature, because they sort of become comatose. Salamanders, right? They become and they get cold, and then they fall out of the tree.
Do they die?
I don't know that they die. Maybe they do. I don't know. But people sometimes get clunked on the head with them.
It's kind of silly. Maybe they should do better in the cold. I feel like that's
well, they're not used to. It's not supposed to be in the 30s in Florida. That's why they live down there.
Well, maybe they need to go somewhere warmer. If they're not meant for it, then
all right.
I don't know,
Okay.
man.
I get it.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, it was really cold in Florida last week, and this guy was strolling down the street early in the morning, absolutely naked. Authorities say the suspect was not even wearing socks. Who goes out of their house without socks in cold weather? Iguanas? Okay. Deputies responded to the call and found the man strolling along the roadside. Despite near freezing temperatures, he seemed unbothered. When officers asked if he was cold, his response was a simple, "Not a bit." Despite the near freezing temperatures, I read that one. Things got stranger when deputies pressed him for an explanation. The man claimed he was participating in a TikTok challenge. A naked TikTok challenge. But here's the problem. Cops say that his justification, the TikTok challenge, quickly fell apart. Any guesses why? He was doing the TikTok challenge naked, but he didn't have a cell phone with him. So I don't know if the challenge was, hey, I saw people on TikTok walking down the street naked. I'm going to go do that. But the whole point is you record yourself doing it. Anyway, his challenge ended up with a trip to the county jail. And they took him as he was there naked. They just took him right to the police station without a stitch of clothing. Florida man.
What am I listening to now? What is this?
Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Spell it out, punk.
T-O-double-D.
H-O-double-L. S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
Somebody called and said that they're skinks. Did you say skinks? Not to be confused with skanks. Knowles? Justin, they're Knowles? A green anole? A knoll? Skinks. Who you calling a skink? What do you call an iguana with loose morals? A skink.
Just fill out a simple intake form, and a licensed medical provider will determine the treatments right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand name at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio. HIMS.com/RADIO.
MVG is giving away a Ford F-150 on December 27th. You could drive into 2026 in a new truck or grab $35,000 in cash. Get a free entry each day you card in. Plus, you can earn more. December 27th, one winner picks the truck for $35,000. Must be 21. Ohio Public Gambling Helpline, 1-800-589-9966, or visit ford.ohio.gov. Ready to take a break? Visit timeoutohio.com.
Need a U.S. passport? We can help. Hi, this is Mike. I like to know what game. Locations for Heber Heights, Clayton, downtown, or any in Centerville. Make us your first destination. More appointments every week. WeDoPassports.com for more info.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio. Guru in gutter protection himself, Chris Coup, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Ron, you calling from a ladder?
Well, I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed. Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out, clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system. So I didn't need to get on the ladder? Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and they
Lordy, lordy.
Thank goodness. What was that say?
That's leaffilter.com/Coup. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection.
Studios. Breathe easy. Choose McAfee. Call today or visit mcair.com. WHIO FM Pleasant Hill. WHIO Dayton, Ohio. The birthplace of aviation.
Rain overnight and cold temperatures are coming for Thanksgiving. We'll have the latest at 7 o'clock. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 at 95.7 WHIO.
Welcome back to the show.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. We had another person fall off a cruise ship. This keeps happening. This happened in New Zealand. 73-year-old guy fell off a Disney cruise ship, forcing the boat to turn around and search for hours to no avail. Staff turned the boat around as soon as they learned about the news and conducted a search of the water for roughly 5 hours. Never found the guy. No word on how or why he fell over, but he fell over. And this just keeps happening. This is like the 10th one this year that I remember specifically. People keep falling off of cruise ships. Ian, you were shouting in my ear earlier. What were you saying? I couldn't quite understand what you're...
Yeah, so we had a guy call in. Now, I wasn't exactly too comfortable with him being on the air. I didn't know how unhinged this guy was. So I was like, okay, well, thank you for your comment. And I will let Todd know, I guess.
Well, what was it?
So this guy calls in saying that the other day, he seemed like a pretty old guy. The other day, he was apparently mugged in Dayton.
He was mugged in Dayton?
He was mugged in Dayton.
Really?
And he wanted to come onto your show.
Okay.
And use your show as a platform to address these muggers. He said that they left him on the ground, took his wallet, and took $85 in cash.
This is legit.
I guess this is legit. Now, the guy seemed angry, and I obviously I felt bad for the guy. I said sorry, but I mean, I didn't know how unhinged this guy was, so I didn't bring him on.
Well, first of all, I feel really bad that this guy got mugged. I mean, anybody who gets mugged, gets knocked down, has their money taken, that's awful.
Yeah.
But I have to tell you, I'm a little offended. I'm a little offended that he thinks that the muggers
would be listeners of this show.
You think they're does you think he thinks they're edgeheads?
Well, why would he? Does he think that they listen? He must have, because he said, "I want to address these muggers." At least I don't know that he sounded that way. That's what you
see. Like, yeah, I'm kind of worried because I don't know if this guy is like the next iteration of Liam Neeson and has a certain set of skills that we don't know. So muggers, if you are listening, watch your back. That's the whole message.
I'm not worried about that. I'm just offended if he thinks that muggers are the kind of people that listen to my show.
I don't know, man.
Look, I know that we have some characters that listen to this show, but I could almost bet you not a one of them is a mugger.
There you go.
I'm kind of offended by that. He's thinking, who should I call? Oh, I know. There's muggers that listen to that Evening Edge with that crazy guy on the radio.
Yep.
Wow. Well, I'm glad that he got, or I'm sorry that he got mugged, but
yeah,
my listeners are better than that. I mean, we may be a lot of things, but we're not muggers. Well, on that note, have a great night.
So that's it?
I'm afraid so.
That was exciting.
But I've heard enough of this weird crap.
We'll try again tomorrow. Yeah.
That's all for tonight, folks.
All right, we'll see you next time.
So pull the plug already.
You may be heathens, but you're not muggers. Have a good night, everybody.